Hi, welcome to our channel Boardgame Land. I am Tomek, and today with me our special guest Marcin. Tell me something about yourself and tell me what you have brought with you. Hello, my name is Marcin. I am from Elf Phoenix Games. I came today to show you a few of our games, especially King Arthur's Vortex Chess. The game will be released in English, but instructions will also be available in Polish. The game itself is a multi-language. It does not have a text inside. If you learn the rules, which can be obtained in 5 minutes, there is no problem to play. As well on this channel, you will see a review of our previous games. A tactical economical game, Castle and Dragons, and party game Nonsensia, where the title says a lot about the game. Stay tuned. We will try to bring it closer. We will use Peter's help for this purpose. Because this game, after its short description, seems to be a very fun game, where it will involve a lot of people. So for this moment, that's it. We're going now to the table and we'll try to show you Vortex Chess, what it looks like, what it is all about. We hope you enjoy. See you on the table. Okay, I will start to talk about the board. The board represents the battlefield divided into hexes, on which two mages are fighting. Merlin versus Mordred. The objective of the game is to defeat the opponent's mage, using your minions or your mage itself. Let's get back to the board. The board, like I said before, is divided into hexes. Each hex has an assigned element. Here we've got earth, air, water and fire. These are the hexes with permanently assigned elements, and all the rest of it are changing during the game. As well as we have power hexes that generate cards. So main battles will be after those hexes. To have more cards in your hand, mainly more cards in your hand is better, but we will get to this later. By rolling our special die with 4 elements and faces of our mages on it, we will be changing elements on the board. At the beginning of a turn, a player will roll a dice. Here the dice landed on fire, so he needs to change one of the elements to fire. But he cannot change a fire card to fire. So in this example, 2 cards represent fire, so we need to change one of the other cards. Each power hex gives his element 2 hexes around it. So if this power hex is fire, all those hexes are fire as well. And here as well, they are fire. While here, on the power hex, is air. All hexes around are also air. There are only 2 hexes on the board that can have 2 elements on the same time. Those between double power hex and outer power hexes. Now I will ask about other hexes. You told me about elements, but I can see that there are different hexes near those. Do they have 2 different elements, or they have element the same as on the card? Hexes that can have 2 different elements are only 2 on the board. Those with permanent element on them have constant element. Only power hexes give their element to hexes around. The game is set in King Arthur's universe, where Merlin, one of the mages, will be battling Mordred for control over legendary Excalibur. Now I will tell you about card characteristics. Which of the minion has a few of them? From top we've got swords. That tells us how good the minion's attacking is. Lower there is a shield. That tells us how good the minions are in defense. Opposite, number in square brackets, tells us how good the minions are in supporting other minions. Next, we've got two elements. That tells us what positive or negative modifier a minion gets when it is on hex with that element. The last one on the bottom of the card is movement. Now, let's take a look on our unique mechanic of using cards. Each card can be used to do a few things. It depends on us how we're going to use it. Using a card by discarding it face down, we can move our minion. The minion can move up to movement value per card. So if we spend one card, infantry can move 1 hex. Spending 2 cards, we can move that infantry minion 2 hexes, or move 2 different infantry minions by 1 hex each. Everything depends on how many cards we have in our hand. Next thing we can use this card for are bonuses. We can boost an attacking skill of a minion with a sword. In this example, it's +7. When our minion has been attacked by an opponent, we can use this card to increase defense. At the bottom is the element, which can be used if the fight is going on the hex with this element. In our example, on a card is Earth, but minions are standing on the fire element, so we cannot use this ability in our case. But if this fight was here, I could use this ability to increase +4. There are special things shown in the background of the face of the card, but we get to this later. The fight looks like that. If one minion enters the hex occupied by an opponent minion, of course using a card for movement, the attacker can add 1 card to his minion to increase attack skill, then the defender can add 1 card from his hand to increase minion defense skill. He do not have to do this if the card and modifier won't help him. The game is very simple, chess-like game. Sides got different pawn minions. From one side we have infantry, knights of the round table, and from opposite orcs. As you can see, one has 2 attack value and the other 2 defense value, and they have different element value. Okay, now please tell me about the setup of the game. How do we set up minions? Yes, I'm showing it now. The mages go to inner power hex. Next in front line we put pawn minions. On the right corners we put castles. Green for this side, and here is the red one. On the left corner, trebuchet or catapult. Now, besides mage, there are always dragon and stolems. Dragons goes to the left and stolem to the right of our mage. Dragon and stolem. Dragon on the left and stolem to the right. And what's left are cavalry and archers. We can take a look on their elements. Cavalry got +2 to earth and archer got bonuses to air. So cavalry goes to the left hex with earth element, and archer to the right to air elements. Before we start the game, shuffle the deck. Each player gets 3 cards. Starting hand, and then we're going to make an initiative roll. That decides who will start the game. I'm going to roll. Now tell me how to resolve the score. We roll air. I will put mages beside me and tell me who won. I'm betting that you, because I've got -1 and you don't have anything. No, because your mage has an air element on his card and mine doesn't. There are 50% chances. If you would roll a mage's picture on it, that mage wins. If you roll an element, that mage that have this element on the card is the winner. You can use coins if you want, but why not use our special dice? So you are the winner. Now you can choose to make a first move or to choose an element for the whole board. In this way. Note, because you're playing with orcs, element good for you is earth and is bad for me and vice versa. So if you pick to move first, then I will pick an element good for me. Did I mention about number of cards of which you are starting? Yes, you told that 3. Yes, but later every time players draw cards, 2 for mage and 1 for controlling each power hex. The more power hexes we control, the more cards we are drawing. So in this example, everybody will get 3 cards, 2 for mages and 1 for controlling inner power hex. Okay, choose. You want to pick an element or move first? I'd prefer to pick an element, so the earth will go to the board. Okay, let's put the earth element then. I will be moving first. Because I got the first round, I pick up cards. 2 for mage and 1 for inner power hex. He is in. Then I roll a dice. I roll earth, so I need to change 1 element for earth, but because every card is earth, nothing happened. Now I'm looking at my hand, what cards I've got, and we can start to play. I'm spending 3 cards for movement. First card, second card, and third card. My tactic is, take out a power hex to move more cards and put 1 minion to support my position. Just in case I'm leaving 3 cards on my hand for defense. And pass to you. First you draw a card, and then roll a dice. I really wouldn't like to change anything, but I rolled water, so I need to change 1 card for water element. Let's change it here. Let's take a look on the cards, what we got here. So if you have a good card to attack, or a card with a high value earth element, that card would be good to attack and retake an outer power hex and get rid of me an additional card. Or move your minions and take different power hexes. This is exactly what I want to do. I will spend 3 cards to move my minions. And I do similar to your moves, 1, 2, 3, this way. And you finish your turn. Yes, I'm finishing my turn. Now, my next turn. I'm drawing cards, 2 for mage and 1 for inner power hex, and 1 for outer power hex. Total 4 cards. Maximum hand size is 10. For example, I have 9 and will draw 5. Then I would be drawing only 1 card. I spend 2 cards for movement, and I will move my cavalry here. That was my first card for movement. Cavalry have movement value 2, so spending 1 card I can move it 2 hexes. And the last card I spent for a dragon. Dragon have movement value 3 and he can fly, so I can move him upon other minions. He landed on double power hex and he will be fighting here, dragon vs orc. Because my minion attacked, I have to decide to put a card to boost attack skill or not. Let's count my attack skill. I have 5. I do not get any bonuses from element we're fighting in, but I get +1 bonus from supporting minion, so total 6. Now you. Your minion has 2 defense, gets +1 from earth element and +1 from supporting minion, total 4. So from the beginning I have 2 in advantage. So I will add a card with bonus +7 and in total I have 9 in advantage. If you have a card with +9 to defend, then it will be a tie and both units will go. But if you have +10, I will win and it's nice to take the dragon off the board. Of course, now my dragon is defeated and I have 4 cards on my hand. I will do something more. For 2 cards I will move my minion. Now your turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 cards for me. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a rolling dice. Oh, so I'm changing this water back to earth. And back again I have control over the board. I didn't show yet. It's from advanced rules. There are 3 different types of background on the cards.
które mówi o tym, że możemy nasz mak może
Our mage can use this background as a spell, so it is an extra thing we can use for the card.
wykorzystać jeszcze w inny sposób niż została
Ruch czy atak.
Tak. Więc jeżeli
if as a background is a tornado, we can use this card as a tornado spell. We can move any minion and move him one hex in any direction to another hex.
Z dowolnego heksu w dowolną stronę, czyli mogę nawet
For example, I can move your orc to a hex occupied by my cavalry, and then we're going straight to battle, or push him away so I could enter my minion and retake double power hex. This would be a clear tactical play. Another spell in the background is a run spell.
Jest to bieg. Przedstawia jednostkę biegnącą, która mówi nam o tym, że jeżeli
Then we play this card face up, it is exactly the same as we would play two cards face down for movement. With one card we can make our moves faster. And the last spell is stone.
Jest kamieniem, który buduje...
Playing that card as a spell creates a magic stone on the board. We can put a stone card on an unoccupied hex and then it creates a blockade.
Na polach pustych i wtedy jest to blokada. Tak samo taktycznie. Kamienie są 4.
There are 4 stone cards, so we can build a wall, a tactical play that blocks your opponent or blocks access to our mages. Only Storm can walk through or stand on stones. Storm is the name of a giant that comes from Kashuby. Oh, so we've got a Polish accent in an English game.
Angielskiej bitwie.
Tak. No i to są...
It's only storms can walk through or stand on them. Dragon as well can fly over, and those stones can be taken out from the board using card with +10 modifier to an element.
Można zdjąć kartą, która posiada +10 do danego żywiołu.
Of course, these are the advanced rules, so first recommend to play a few games on basic ones. And then, when you want a little bit more, you can play using those rules.
Okay, I'm going back to my turn. I would like to do an attack move.
Ruch z atakiem najlepiej.
From card, I can use only one modifier. Yes, only one modifier. So, when you're attacking, you can use a sword as a modifier to attack or element if the fight is going on the same element. And when you are defending your minion, you can use a shield or an element. Okay, 2 cards for movement. We will visit your knight. Let's see my defense.
Więc ty masz 3 obrony.
I have 3, -1 because of an element, so in total 2. You, on the other hand, have 3 and +1, so in total 4, gives you 2 in advantage. Exactly, as you're saying, I've got 2 in advantage, but I will increase this by adding a card +7 from element.
Czyli +9.
So +9 in advantage. I have to put a shield +10. Okay, so this time I defeated your orc. Your turn. Oh, you can play further. Everything depends on you. If you want and have cards to do it. Yeah, but I'll keep the rest of the cards. Your turn. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Roll dice, maybe something will change. Fire. Because I've lost my dragon, I can change something for fire. Okay, let's change here. No, let's change double power hex for fire. So you won't have any bonuses from element there. 3 cards for movement. And cavalry got 4 attacks. Do not get any bonuses from fire, but got bonuses from support +1 and +1, so in total 6. And I'll add from a card +8 gives a total of 14. They have a defense too. +1 gives 3. You need 11 of defense to make a tie. All cards have modifiers of 10. There are only 2 cards with +12 to attack and +15 to defense. They are kept for special occasions like killing a dragon or to kill a mage. There is no point of adding a card. Yes, of course, you can keep it for your next turn for movement or so. I have 2 cards left, which I keep them, and your turn. I'm drawing 3 cards because I have lost 1 power hex. And it seems like I have the advantage in power hexes because I'm controlling most of them. But that advantage is not that big to win the game straight away. And roll a dice. Mage.
I to jest...
Tak,
Picture of your mage.
Teraz,
mogę
jeżeli
wymienić
wypadł,
dowolnie.
tak, są dwie
There are
opcje.
two
Albo
options. You can
zamienić
switch one of the
jeden z
elements on the
żywiołów
board
na
for
dowolnie
chosen
wybrany
by
przez
you,
ciebie,
or
wtedy wszędzie się zamienia, bądź jeżeli masz
if
mniej
you have
kart
less
na
cards on
ręku
your hand
niż
than
ja,
me,
w tym momencie nie masz więcej,
you could draw
mógłbyś
one random
wyciągnąć
card from
jedną
my
kartę
hand.
ode mnie.
No dobra,
Okay,
no to
let's do it
zróbmy
like
w ten
that.
sposób.
Change one
Tam
hex
masz
fire.
ogień, masz ogień. Zamienimy tutaj i w
And
takim
now
razie
time
teraz
for
ruchy,
moves.
ruchy, ruchy.
Moves.
Jeżeli posiadasz
It would be wise if you have a tornado to push away one of my minions. To do not add support, but it's not bad. My cavalry got only 5 defense in total.
3 obrony plus 2 jest na piątce.
For example, if you would attack with the dragon, you have 8 from start plus 1 support gives you 9 for an advantage. I spent 1 card to make this move because dragon is flying. He can move 3 hexes and land on your cavalry. I will invest into this attack and give him a bonus plus 7. So 11 at advantage. Nothing can save me now.
Czyli kawaleria...
Cavalry burnt to ashes. Now I can still play in my turn.
Dalej grać.
A thing about this, it is good to have cards to defend yourself. And that dragon is really good for attack, but I can change an element in power hex and he won't be so good in defense.
Dokładnie tak.
Exactly. So you should bring some minions close to him to give him support with defending double power hex. Good units to do so are Archer with his plus 3 support or Tribute with plus 4.
What's more important? When you're using card for movement, you play it face down without showing me what's on it. Because I will demonstrate to you that really good card went to the discard pile.
To było pierwsze.
I will move my archer using one card. With one card I will make double movement.
I tego łucznika podciągniemy kartą biegu. Czyli jedną kartą o 2. I ten łucznik.
Very good tactic move. Now archer supporting the dragon.
To tyle.
Okay, that's it. Now my turn. 3, 4, 5 cards.
Nie 6, bo mówiłeś, czyli 5 kart. Co się stanie, jak się...
What happens when deck is finished? Just reshuffle it.
W tym momencie zakończymy rozgrywkę.
We will finish the game now. We just showed how to play it.
Jak przebiega gra. No i dodam jeszcze
I will
parę
add
takich,
just a few
smaczków
chess tastes
szachowych,
from advanced play.
w nazwie istnieje
Because in the name of the
nazwa
game we got
szachów,
chess.
więc,
So the players who came here driven by it can
przyciągnęło
find
to
similarities.
do gry, żeby też mogli odnaleźć się w szachach.
I
Oczywiście
te smaczki szachowe.
I te smaczki. Po pierwsze, po angielsku
First,
jest to
castling.
po polsku
If we didn't move
szach,
our mage and
zamek.
castle in the game by spending one card for movement,
Castling. Nie ruszaliśmy się naszym magiem, nie ruszaliśmy się zamkiem w grze i tutaj
we can move the
po-
castle to the mage if the hexes
wydając
between
jedną
are
kartę
empty.
na ruch,
What does it
możemy
give?
przesunąć zamek
Basic
dwa pola
rules, castle
do
support
maga. Co
mage,
nam
and by
daje?
advanced rules, mage can
Nie
defend
dość, że
himself by using two
oczywiście
cards.
podstawowe zasady zamek wspiera maga.
Normally,
to
each
mag,
minion can use one card for
sam z
defense,
siebie będzie mógł się
so now
bronić z
mage
dwóch
can
kart.
use two,
Jeżeli
making him
normalnie każda
invincible.
jednostka może się bronić z jednej karty, to mag może się bronić z dwóch. Czyniąc go to praktycznie niepokonanym pionkiem, albo infantry, albo ork, dojdziemy
When we
do
move our
krańca
pawn minion to the
planszy
opponent edge
naprzeciwko,
hex,
możemy zamienić
we can swap
ją
him for any
na
other minion that already is outside the
dowolny
board.
minion, który już szedł.
No to takie dosyć niebezpieczne, bo dosyć potężna
And that is really
postać
dangerous,
może
because a
się
powerful
nagle
minion can
zjawić
suddenly
na
appear
drugiej
behind
stronie.
enemy lines.
Tak,
Yes,
która
and create a danger
stworzy
for an opponent
zagrożenie
mage.
dla maga. Jednostką
We
możemy
can
się
move
poruszać
with
maksymalnie
minion
4
maximum
pola,
4 hexes per
czyli
turn.
nieważne, ile ona ma
Doesn't matter how many cards we
ruchów,
spent or what is the
ile
movement
wydamy
value.
kart,
4
maksymalnie
hexes
4
per
hexy
turn is
możemy
max.
ruszyć.
Or
Bądź,
when
jeżeli
a minion
dokonała
attacks
ataku,
and wins,
też
then
musimy
cannot
wiedzieć,
make any
nie
further
możemy
movements
się
as
poruszyć
well.
w tej turze.
And when pawn minion has
Tak samo
changed to a different one,
powijanie
he
piona
cannot make
na,
any further movement to this turn.
jakiś minion,
Figurę.
figurę, tak, też nie może się już poruszyć.
But
To
all
są
of
takie
these
drobne
are
zasady,
advanced
które
rules.
można
Czyli
tam znaleźć.
podam taki
I will
przykład,
give
na
an
którym sam się
example where I
złapałem.
catch myself
Chłop
on
ma
it.
ruchu 3,
Dragon has 3
czyli
movement
wydając
values, so when
dwie
we
karty
spend 2
ruchu,
cards, we
sobie
will
tak
move him
przesunie
4
się
hexes
o
and not
4
6.
maksymalnie, a nie o 6, jak wypadałoby z jego przypisu.
So maximum
Więc
is 4
maksymalnie
hexes
4
for move
pola,
and minion
nieważne
regret any
jaką
other
odległość może
modifiers.
przebyć postać na jednej karcie.
Dokładnie. Jeszcze jedna rzecz, wspierać
One more thing.
maksymalnie 3 jednostki.
Minion can be supported
bo
from
można
maximum
by
3 other
obstawić
friendly minions.
jedną jednostkę
Dookoła,
dookoła.
tak.
We could put around mages all over
Tak,
minions,
i
and when
smok
dragon
mógłby
fly
wlecieć
over and
do
attack
środka.
mage,
Tak, wezmę, tu jest ten mag nasz. smok wlatuje i go atakuje, ponieważ może.
He can use support from
To i
only
wtedy
3
wygramy
minions by his
tylko
choice.
maksymalnie 3 jednostki, które będą wspierały.
Mhm.
To w sumie tyle. No.
So that is
Zasady
it.
nie są
Basic rules are
skomplikowane,
very
podstawowe
simple,
są
and
bardzo
with time you can
proste.
add advanced rules to get
Wiadomo,
more from the
że
game.
z czasem, jak się rozgrywa, to wtedy można sobie dodać te zasady zaawansowane i odkrywać na nowo rozgrywkę. Rozgrywka jest przeznaczona, gra jest przeznaczona
The
dla
game is for
graczy
players 13
znacznie
years and
wyżej,
older.
wyż.
You need to have a basic mathematical skill with calculated to 20, which is not very complicated.
Nie jest to jakoś bardzo skomplikowane.
Time of a play more or
Czas
less 30
rozgrywki
minutes.
około pół godziny.
Okay,
Jasne,
super.
Jeszcze
Maybe
coś
you want to
chciałbyś
add anything
dodać
about the game?
o samej grze? Coś może, nie wiem, zapromować?
I understand the
Gra
campaign for the
wystartuje na
game will launch
Kickstarterze.
on
To wiedziałeś?
Kickstarter.
Gra będzie.
Yes, the
będzie
campaign will
wyfundowana
start on
na
Kickstarter.
Kickstarterze. Parę różnych kruczków i smaczków tutaj zachowam dla siebie, ale powiem, że
I can tell you the secret that one person very close to the topic of the game will help us promote it.
będzie promowała tą grę.
To oczywiście
Która-
poza
Of
Board
course,
Game
except
Land,
Board Game
oczywiście,
Land.
Pamiętajcie.
Która oczywiście jest związana z świadkiem arturiańskim.
Okej, super. Tak prezentuje
This
się
is how
gra.
the game
Możecie dać
presents
w komentarzu
itself.
znać,
You can let
jak
us
wam
know in
się
the
ona
comments, do
podobała,
you like
czy
this kind of
ten
chess?
rodzaj szachów was interesuje. I oczywiście zapraszam
And
do
take a look
materiałów,
after
które,
video
tak jak
review of
mówiłeś
previous
wcześniej,
games
zostaną
from
nagrane z
Phoenix.
tych
We will try
część
to show you those
poprzednich
other
gier.
games on our
Postaramy się
channel.
wam pokazać.
That's it,
Tamte
please
dwie
leave a comment
również
and
na
like.
kanale. To tyle na chwilę obecną. Zapraszamy do komentowania, do lajkowania.
I zapraszamy
Back the
do
game on
również
Kickstarter
do
as well.
wspierania
I cannot tell
gry na
now,
Kickstarterze.
but we are
Jeszcze
going
nie
to
mogę
launch it.
powiedzieć, daty dokładnej, kiedy wystartuje, ale jak najbardziej
But the link and info will be on Board Game Land.
Board Games Land.
Dokładnie tak. Linki do
Links to
kanału
Marcin's profiles you can
możecie
find in the
znaleźć też u
description,
nas w
and link to
opisie.
Peter's
I
channel
oczywiście
as
do
well.
kanału Piotra, który tam cały czas za tymi
Remember, he's
kamerami
behind the
biega i nie
cameras.
widać, ale on jest.
Maybe you don't see him,
Pamiętajcie,
but he's doing a
na jego
fantastic
kanale.
job. We really
Dziękujemy
want to
za
thank him
jego
for his hard
ciężką
work,
pracę,
especially when
tym
the
bardziej,
weather
że
doesn't
pogoda
spoil
nas
us.
nie rozpieszcza dzisiaj. Życzymy wam
We
udanego
wish you a pleasant
oglądania
viewing and see you in our
i
next
do
videos.
następnych filmów na
See you.
kanale.
Hey.
Na razie, hej.
Na razie, hej.